we will learn tibia and fibula. Here you can see this larger bone tibia and this thinner bone is fibula. The tibia in our leg, it lies on a medial aspect, and fibula, it lies on a lateral aspect. First we will see the general features of tibia here. So tibia, as I told you, that it is the medial bone, medial sided bone of the leg. It has an upper end, a lower end and a shaft, and it is homologous with the radius of the upper limb. So we will first see the side determination of tibia. So first, the upper end of tibia here, it is expanded in all direction, and it is in the form of this two condyles which articulates with the condyles of the femur here. The lower end here, it is narrower than the upper end, and here this is the medial malleolus which is extended from the lower end of the tibia here, and it lies on the medial aspect. And in the shaft here you can see this is the anterior border of tibia here, which is subcutaneous and very prominent, and it is also called the shin here. So these are the points of side determination of tibia. Again, the tibia itself, it is the medial sided bone of the leg, and upper end is in the form of this expanded condyle. The lower end is narrower, and from the lower end this medial malleolus is extended downwards. So the bone here is of right side. Now, which are the other features of the tibia? So like every long bone, tibia has an upper end, a lower end and a shaft in between these two ends. First we will see the features of the upper end here. So the upper end of tibia has medial condyle, the lateral condyle, intercondylar area and tibial tuberosity. First we will see the medial condyle here. As you can see here, this medial condyle is larger than the lateral condyle, and also it is oval in shape. The central surface, which is articular here, it is concave and it articulates with the medial condyle of the femur here. The peripheral part is flat, which is separated from the femoral condyle by the medial meniscus here, and the lateral margin of this medial condyle is in the form of this medial intercondylar tubercle. On the posterior surface of the medial condyle, here you can see there is one groove. This groove provides attachment to some important muscle here. We will see that muscle with the particular features of the tibia here. Now the lateral condyle. As you can see, this lateral condyle, it is smaller than this medial condyle, and it is almost circular in shape, and it is also the peripheral surface of the lateral condyle is also flat here, and it is separated from the condyle of the femur by the presence of lateral meniscus here. And this condyle, the central part of this condyle also articulates with the lateral condyle of the femur here, and the medial margin of this lateral condyle is in the form of this lateral intercondylar tubercle here. The postero-inferior surface of this lateral condyle bears this rounded articular facet here. This articular facet here is for the articulation of the upper end of the head of fibula here. So here it forms the upper tibiofibular joint. The other features are the intercondylar area. So this intercondylar area is wider in its anterior and posterior ends, and it is narrower in its middle part. And this middle part is bounded medially by this medial intercondylar tubercle and laterally by this lateral intercondylar tubercle. And this intercondylar area provides attachment to some important ligaments here. The other part of upper end is this tibial tuberosity. This tibial tuberosity marks the anterior limit of the intercondylar area. This tibial tuberosity, here you can see it is divided into this upper smooth part and lower rough part, and the junction between these two area, it represents the epiphyseal line during the development of this bone. So these are the features of the upper end of the tibia. Now come to the shaft. So the shaft of the tibia, here you can see it is prismoid in shape and it has 3 borders and 3 surfaces here. First we will see the borders here. So here you can see the anterior border of the shaft of the tibia. The anterior border starts from the tibial tuberosity at the upper end and it is going downwards towards this medial malleolus here, anterior border of the medial malleolus. It is S-shaped border and it is very prominent border. The medial border of the tibia, it starts from the posterior inferior part of this medial malleolus and it is rounded here and it is going towards the posterior margin of this medial malleolus. The lateral border here, it starts from this fibular facet on the posterior inferior aspect of this lateral condyle. It is going downwards here and it is posteriorly, it covers the anterior margin of the fibular notch here. So these are the 3 borders of the shaft of the tibia. Again, the prominent most border is the anterior border. Here it is. Here the rounded medial border and here we have this lateral border. Now the surfaces of the tibia here. So it has 3 surfaces. First the lateral surface. The lateral surface, here you can see it is bounded by this anterior and lateral border here. The medial surface, it is almost subcutaneous and it is bounded here by this anterior and medial borders here. And the posterior surface. The posterior surface, here you can see it is bounded by this medial border and it is bounded by this lateral border. The posterior surface here in its upper part, it bears this line which is starting from this fibular facet and it is going downwards towards the medial aspect or say medial border. This ridge here is called the soleal line. So this soleal line here, this oblique ridge is called soleal line. The soleal line here, it is dividing the posterior surface of the shaft into upper triangular area and the lower vertical area. Now again, if you can see, this lower vertical area below the soleal line is again divided into medial and lateral parts by this vertical line here. So the whole posterior surface of the tibia is divided into 3 more areas. First the area, triangular area above this soleal line and 2 vertical areas below the soleal line divided by this vertical ridge here, medial and lateral areas. So these are the points to be remembered about the shaft of the tibia here. Now come to the lower end of the tibia here. So the lower end of the tibia has 5 surfaces. Which are they? This is the anterior surface of the tibia. The anterior surface of the lower end of the tibia is in the form of this thick ridge here. Now the medial surface, this medial surface, as you can see, it is in the form of this elongated medial malleolus here. The lateral surface, in the lateral surface of the lower end, you can see this notch here. This notch here, it is for the articulation of the lower end of the fibula here. So this notch is known as the fibular notch. In this fibular notch, lower end of the fibula articulates to form the lower tibiofibular joint. Here the posterior surface as compared to the anterior surface is smaller here, and this is the inferior surface. As you can see, this inferior surface is articular and this inferior surface of the lower end of the tibia articulates with the superior surface of the body of the talus bone to form the ankle joint. So these are the features of tibia.